everybody, and welcome back to the channel for today's video. Today I wanted to talk to you about how the narcissist really truly becomes you. The narcissist, they come into your life because they like your qualities. They like your passion. They like your traits. They like all those things that make up your soul. Your mind, will, and emotions, right? And theirs is kind of disconnected from their spirit, man. So it's kind of like they can, when they find somebody that has their talents and gifts and the fruits of the spirit, they really do find beauty in it because they can't even obtain it. It's kind of like on a supply and demand thing. I mean, if you're supposed to have it and you don't, because it's obsolete to you because you have turned it off for so long that you lost those brain pathways and your mind can't even attain that anymore. When you see it in somebody, it's like amazing. I would imagine. And so you got to think about it. When they talk about supply, it's like they talk about how they need love and admiration, adoration, and they'll take the fawning and the anger as well. They like any emotions. Isn't that kind of weird? Because we have the fruits of the spirit, or at least humanity is able to obtain them or kind of walk down that road, at least to some degree. And that would be, love, kindness, goodness, gentleness, long-suffering, faith, hope, and good self-control. I think that's most of them, but just to give you an idea if you don't know. But we have those, and because when you lose love, you lose all of that. And it's interesting how they are out for any kind of energy. They'll take anything and they absorb it. They're only hateful. They don't feel any of that, which means that they're the opposite. And when you're the opposite, it is not good. It's not good for your soul. That's for sure. So, I mean, that's where, if you feel for the narcissist, that's where you probably want to feel for them. Because they're kind of, when you get down a certain road, you can start to damn yourself in the literal sense. And that's scary. And that's sad too. But, you can't make decisions for somebody and you can't fix them either. You can't love them to death, especially if they can't feel love, and you can't fix them. And some people are unable to be fixed. And that in itself is sad. The whole thing with a narcissist is a whole sad situation. But nevertheless, when they come to you, they kind of strip everything out from under you. They take everything. I mean, like I said the other day, it's a different kind of energy they take from you. It's like soul-driven energy. Because when they leave you, you feel stripped of everything. It's almost, you got like ringing in the ears and rumination. You're just completely depressed and anxious, paranoid, and just completely empty. In a terrible way. You don't look good. You're gaining weight and all kind of stuff. You don't have any kind of faith in yourself, no hope in yourself. You're really down in the dirt when they leave you. And it's crazy how they can leave you and just make it like it's no big deal. And they do this all the time to people. They crush people like this all the time. And it is so evil. And it really sets people back for years, decades. Sometimes people, until they go, they feel in a horrible state. It's really crushing. And it's also crushing to everything else around you. Your relationships, your finances, your looks, everything, anything. Anything that is a blessing in your life starts to dwindle very quickly. Extremely quickly. And I guess what I wanted to say is, well, there's something evil there, because they really like the anger and the hate, right? That's what they always say, because they like the adrenaline. And if they're the opposite of the fruits of the spirit, if they work in opposition to, then that tells you everything. And they can't glove, they can't pair bond. All they can do is just link up, attach, and put their hooks in. And then they just go around siphoning. It's the weirdest thing that somebody who looks like us could go out there and just siphon energy from everybody, one right after another, and then come back around, because those people are addicted to them, and do it again and allow them to, when you would never allow anybody else to do these things. Like if you've dated somebody outside of narcissism, we haven't all had just narcissistic relationships. We've had regular ones too. And it's like, you feel as if when you're in a regular one, the relationship is regular. But when a narcissist comes into your life, all of a sudden you're like seduced and charmed and taken down in a different way. You're controlled and you're addicted to them. And, they take you out of yourself. But I guess it makes me wonder if sin is held up in our emotional field, because I'll tell you, when you break up with them, they take your goodness. It's like, if you have goodness in you, it is gone. And what you're left with is like their soul energy. It's like they did a complete switch of energy with you. It's kind of like they moved all your stuff out of an apartment. If you had an apartment or a house, they moved all your stuff out of the house, and they moved all their stuff in the house. I mean, it's really like that. It's just the weirdest thing, because I feel like that because you went into commitment with them or covenant with them, that your price to pay is almost like when they leave you with how they feel completely, and they take on how you feel completely. I mean, just for a time, and that's why a lot of times that it feels like you reap so much evil or negativity in your life after they leave, and it just seems even so crushing, because it's like your spirit is completely down, and it's down for a long time. I mean, to recover from just the first cycle with a narcissist it could take you a long time. I mean, it is really damaging. And you feel as if you've taken on everything about them, almost their qualities to some degree too. I mean, what I'm saying is you can like pop off at people and, be more angry or apt to be upset during that time period, because it's like they left you with their energy, and then they left you with and it's all hopeless. It makes me wonder if how you feel when the narcissist leaves you is how the narcissist feels when they don't have fuel, when they don't steal fuel. Because when they do meet you, they start to really glow. And when they're away from you, there's not a whole lot of shine after a period of time. But it sure takes your laughter away for quite a while, because things become a whole lot more real to you. And there's pain, there's hardship, there's sadness, and there's a lot of assessing and reassessing of your life and things. It's like there's no closure with them, so you have to choose to I mean, it's like they'll keep coming back. And so for people that have a hard time breaking up with somebody, it makes it even harder, because they're not going to break up with you. If you let them, and if you're nice enough to them, they'll continue to come back. But it's the weirdest thing, because they're almost like not humanity. They sure don't act, I mean, it sure doesn't seem, I mean, I'm telling you, I've never met a human in my life that just does not seem like humanity. Now, if you've kind of been with, your family might have, had these qualities as well, but you don't see it the same until you're really entrenched with the love partner. Is it really different? I think it's much harder. And because they grab at your heart in a different way, and they do the love bomb as well. But it's like when they go out there and they have taken your energy, like say after cycle 1 or something, or after cycle 2, it's almost like you're like them and they are like you, and you feel like them as well. I mean, energy wise, you feel like in the gutter. I mean, for like 6-8 months completely in the gutter, and you're totally in ego. You're so much in ego. You're complete ego when they leave you. And it's interesting because that's what they say, the narcissist, complete ego. And then they have no problem being away from you, but maybe it's because they've taken so much of your good soul energy and they left you with so much negative energy that why would they want to come back to that? That's what they were trying to get rid of. You know, it's very interesting. I mean, and then they have the ability to enjoy that fuel for a time. I mean, people have asked me how long does it last? I don't know. I would imagine that it lasts about 6 months. I mean, at most. Probably a lot less than that. I don't know, though. It's the weirdest thing. Because they really, I mean, if there was an alien on the earth that was cloaked like a human, you know, I have to say, this would be what it would look like. Because the not feeling of love and not being able to comprehend certain things and enjoying other things, I mean, you almost feel like, you know, dealing with a narcissist breakup can make you almost wonder if you were in hell, you know, for a time. I mean, because it gives you a glimpse of it. You're like, am I in hell and I'm unaware, you know? It's like, you know, when you say hello to somebody, it's hell. Oh, hello. I mean, or if you're in trouble, you yell for help. It's like hell, you know? And I mean, it's most definitely the rulership of the enemy is definitely running this place, this world, you know? And you see that all over. And you see how it's like, it's hard to find people that truly are living for God or love God. I mean, that is very strenuous to deal with. I mean, it seems to have gotten much, much worse since I was a child. It's to find somebody that has real, true passion for God, not faking it, is a far cry from what we see anywhere. And it's like the whole world is in the lies of the enemy. I mean, really. And it's all like lies. All of it. It's all lies. Even outside of the narcissist. I mean, but it's like, it makes you, I mean, they got to be the ones running this world. People that are just like that. Or, I don't even think about it. Like an actor has to act. I mean, and that's what we put on TV. Stuff that people act. It's interesting, right? I mean, in music, they have to act. Even in these governments, it's like they almost have to act. And these, you know, high-profile pastors and anything on TV is probably corrupt. And then when you think somebody's good and claim to be good in a good department, like you're supposed to be in the church department, in, you know, when you're even a TV pastor or something, it's like they have all these terrible things going on. And it is, you know, it's hard. It's hard because, I mean, it just, you know, it's just one of them things, man. It's like you have everywhere around you, there's like, the things are evil or bad. It's like the food, you don't even know what to eat anymore. You don't know what's right and what's wrong. And then, you know, it's hard to have self-control to eat the right stuff all the time. And like I said, nobody's really doing anything right anymore. I mean, and it's like the real truth of the world you really can't speak about, because if you speak about it, it's almost evil to the world. So it's like you almost have to shut up. You can't really speak. The real truths of this world are almost evil to this world. And it's like, you know, there's a lot of people out there that think they're saved and they're not saved, and I'm not here to judge. You know, I just want to be right myself, and I got some things I'm working on, but my God. And how can you tell the Lord God, you know, like, why'd you make it so tough? But then, you know, you got to look at Christ, and I mean, there's nothing to say, you know, there's nothing to say. I mean, you have no room to talk. You can give me a like, subscription, thumbs up. Just my rant.